YouTube, man, what is going on? Now, I know we got a ton of McClung fans in the building, and a lot of people really like this guy. And man, his name has been in the news like crazy very recently. You guys know college basketball is hopping around, and man, his name has been in the news. So we're gonna break it down and see what his next moves are. You guys know by now he was at Texas Tech, but he has a huge decision to make. Now, before I get in the video, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you get to see when I upload a new video every single time. I appreciate each and every one of you who supports the channel. I really do appreciate it, and let's keep running it up. All right, now McClung, of course, man, whenever we talk about these guys, we got to bring it back to high school. And someone even corrected me about this. McClung really did not have a great ranking in high school basketball. I don't even believe he was ranked. Definitely was not on the ESPN ranking list for his class. But it's crazy because he was invited to a number of top camps. Of course, I believe the Ball is Life camp or the East Bay camp where he actually went up against Bone Collectors. Many of you guys remember that. And the Allen Iverson camp, he was at that one as well. So he seemed like he was going to the majority of camps, but his ranking was really not as high as a number of the other players. But one thing that made him stand out, and you guys even commented about this too when I had talked about it, was that his bounce and how he played the game of basketball. Now, I'd even said sometimes there were a lot of criticism in comments. People were saying that because he was white, he really didn't get that type of clout and notoriety. Now, on the other hand, people responded with this and really said, man, the whole reason he gets that type of clout and notoriety is because he's white and he is playing that type of basketball. And man, shout out to Mac. He really does his thing on the floor. And of course, you guys know he committed to Georgetown. Now, he was at Georgetown for a little minute. He was playing there, but things didn't work out, and he decided, one, to put his name into the NBA draft, and two, to transfer and put his name in the portal. Now, he put his name in the portal, ended up going to Texas Tech and not going to the NBA draft. But man, he's at the same situation once again, and this is surprising. Now, McClung actually put his name in the NBA draft, declared for the NBA draft, but is also entering the transfer portal. Now, I'm a little bit surprised why he's entering the transfer portal, just because it seemed like things at Texas Tech finally were working out for him. This guy was averaging about 15 points per game. His team was doing very well. And one of the most important things whenever you're a top recruit, a guy that can really play and has NBA aspirations, man, you want to get shine on the team that you're playing with. And McClung was just getting that. Anytime the team really needed him to hit big shots, man, Mac was there to knock down a shot and shock the crowd. I think his game is really electrifying, and it really shows the type of player that he is. He is not afraid to go to the hoop and get a bucket, man. A lot of players, you know, they might be good players, but when it comes down to the wire and the game is on the line, some people just don't have that clutch factor. And when we talk about McClung, man, he has that clutch factor. This dude is not afraid to go up against anybody and has that dog, and I really like that in him. Now, I'm a little bit surprised he is actually putting his name in the transfer portal, and there were actually reports saying that Kentucky had offered him and was looking to get him on their team. Now, do I see him going to Kentucky? Man, it really depends. We got to look at his draft stock, of course. Now, I don't believe McClung's draft stock is too high, and that's a huge issue here. Of course, this isn't his first time putting his name into the draft, and his draft stock is not that high. I mean, he's probably going to want to go back to college to make sure that when he does get to the NBA, he is going to have a long-lasting career. It's really tough nowadays because the majority of players that do get drafted end up doing either two-way contracts and end up playing in the G League for a large part of their career. And some never get out of the G League. And then, of course, others, man, they get overseas or out of a job. And it's really tough. And that timing, of course, every college basketball player is going to think, man, I want to take my chances and try to go to the NBA where I can get paid. But you got to think on the other hand, of course, one, you got to make sure that when you do get to the NBA, you are prepared. It's a huge factor. And McClung, one, man, his athleticism is off the charts, but two, he's not that tall. I believe he's about 6'2". Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not the tallest player out here, but his athleticism is there for sure. And he can dribble the ball pretty well, shoots pretty well, but of course, there are always things that he's going to need to improve on, but man, you never want to take that chance and go to the NBA too quickly because it really could change your future and your entire career. Look at someone like Trayvon Duval. Clearly, this guy was not playing, had a ton of clout in high school. You guys know that, but he wasn't playing his best basketball in college. Definitely was not shining like he was in high school basketball, and when he decided to go to the NBA, look what happened. Now, things didn't work out. I believe he is still in the G League, but man, the type of career he was projected to have versus the one that he's having right now, it's a huge difference. It's not even close to what we expected him to do. And I definitely don't want to see someone like McClung fall into that category. And I just want to make sure he takes his time. At the end of the day, he's young, he is still healthy, and he's had a great season, man. He really showed and turned around that program. Not only turned around, but really showed why he is the best player, or one of the best players in the country, and has that dog in him. Now, I can appreciate that, but man, who knows? This may be another ploy for him to transfer schools again. I really don't know why he would want to transfer at this point. Now, what do I think about his chances going to the NBA this season? Man, personally, I don't think he's that hot of a prospect. And the reason why, now I've checked draft boards before, and prior to me checking them, I didn't think he would be that high. But some sources were saying he was going to be a very late pick in the draft. And that's disappointing to see, because this dude has put in a ton of work. Whenever you see these high school hoopers go to college and they really have a lot of clout, a lot of popularity, you follow their stories, see where they're from, all the hard work and dedication that it really took to get themselves to that level, and then their draft stocks are not that high. It can hurt sometimes, and we know Mac really is putting on for a lot of different people, and man, he's a tough player that really has a ton of talent, so it's tough to see that his draft stock is not the highest. Now, do I think he should stay? Man, it depends. You could wait a little bit and see what that draft stock is, if it's going to increase at all. But personally, if it's not going to increase, I think he may need to go back to college basketball for maybe another year. And if he wants to transfer, do that. But it's just tough, because it just seems like he was playing so well in college basketball, but college scouts are not giving him that love. And of course, man, your height and weight and athleticism and shooting and all, there's a ton of different factors that can make you really attractive to NBA scouts. Of course, height is a huge factor here. Man, the taller you are, honestly, in my personal opinion, I believe the less skill you really need to be a basketball player. Man, the taller you are, you can get away with a lot more things than if you're shorter. And McClung being on the very short side, if he was to be in the NBA, of course, very, very short for his height, man, he would have a ton of work that he would need to really put in so he could make sure he was ready for the league. He definitely is a player that can get his teammates involved, as well as averaging a number of assists. But man, I don't think he is someone like... Now, when we compare point guards, I look at someone like Sharife Cooper, and I look at McClung, and I say, Sharife Cooper made a huge difference on the court when he hopped on. Man, the way he was assisting, getting his teammates involved was really unmatched. And I don't think McClung has that same type of game and that same type of really point guard skill to him. He plays a lot different. I think he's more of a score-first point guard. Although he can get his teammates involved, man, I think he still does have a ton that he needs to work on. And man, if he does actually move from Texas Tech and tries to go to a different school, I think that is going to be huge. And you know, everyone's going to hear about that. He's looking like a late second round pick as of right now. But man, do you think McClung should take that risk or not? I don't know, to be honest. It's a tough decision, and man, he's going to have to make it sooner or later if he's just going to try to leave college, try to get the bag, go to the NBA, or he's going to hold off and, you know, take his chances and wait another year. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what should McClung do? What is his decision? Man, I appreciate each and every one of you. Man, like the video. I appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video. Man, I'm actually going to start using IG a lot more, so shoot me some DMs. I'm going to be responding to DMs, and I might even make an Instagram group chat if you guys are interested in that, so you can just hit me up. We could talk about whatever, talk about basketball, man. I just want to interact with you guys a lot more. We have big plans coming in the future, and you guys let me know. Are you guys interested in a face reveal? Man, if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'm thinking about it. I'll let you know. I will do it if you guys are interested, and we will see. You guys let me know. Make sure you like this video. Support the channel, man. It's LNH, and I'm out.